taken half the year off, but Newbee's been on the grind all year long, trying to be the best. And that way, when TI shows up, they're ready to go.
Yeah, and one player I've improved a lot this year is Moogie. He used to be UU9, but he changed his nickname to Moogie, and I feel like he's really stepped up. I think he wasn't as reliable back a while ago, but I feel like he really picked up his pace, and he's one of those carry players that nowadays I feel he's a very solid player.
Yeah, a little bit unknown at the start of the year, but they've went to all these tournaments. They got a ton of practice, and now it's hard to say he's not. Here he is in the winner bracket of TI.
Talk to me a little bit about this very first Death Prophet ban that we're seeing out of Newbee, and also the immediate Lycan ban. These are two heroes that are very, very good at pushing. Talk me through it.
I guess that Newbee just don't want to get pushed down early on and lose towers. They want to probably get the game until mid-late and win there when they ban those two heroes.
It is a strange ban. I'm trying to think why they're so afraid of it. I imagine IG has played it quite a bit, but it's not a hero that kind of invokes.
In that sense, IG's ban makes more sense because, as we said before, Sanking is a hero that Kaka has been playing 50% of his games.
I guess it looks like Newbee is this kind of patient team, but they're a little bit scared of getting pushed earlier. It's my take on it, at least with the Lycan and the DP ban, that they're a bit afraid of IG's early push price. Q is one of those players which you see, he sometimes goes for these type of pushing lineups where you lose really fast. So that could be one reason.
I mean, there was also the comments when Ana was choosing Alchemist that one of the best ways to deal with Alchemist is to push the towers down early and deny Alchemist safe opportunities to farm. I mean, do you think Newbee is trying to just ban two push heroes and continue the theme of removing push focus?
They could even last pick that out, like you said, for SCC.
I'm not sure how much of a fan I am of this Lich anymore. He's been...
The Lich opener is getting figured out.
Yeah, people have been trying, they have been getting to understand how to play against it. NS is super good to roam against it, and we've been talking about that as well, that Lich isn't a hero that moves a lot, so they're gonna see which lane that Lich is on and which lanes that are strong and which lanes that are weak, and NS will go to these weak lanes.
What hero do you guys think Baboka might turn to keep track of this Night Stalker in the early game?
Is there any hero who can kind of fight him that early on? I feel there's no Sanking.
Ogre Magi.
Ogre though?
You don't really. That was like a almost a joke.
Right. I don't know. Maybe potentially we could see that Monkey King again.
Yeah, just scout him out in the trees.
Those Invis heroes are not. I feel they're not the best up against the Night Stalker. Potentially Earth Spirit or Monkey King.
Yeah, could still go for the Ricky. I do like Lich and Invis heroes together. It's really nice to get incredibly deep wards, especially if you decide to put your Lich in the offlane. You can actually ward the pole camps or body block them with the invisible hero quite easily, and that really helps Lich in lane. Lich will pull back the lane with deny, but it oftentimes does get negated if the enemy team pulls a creep wave into their.
That has been one of the problems before when I'm seeing people run Lich on the offlane, that they don't block these camps because then it doesn't matter for them. You're just gonna pull them, get even more experience.
You're investing so much in trying to win a lane with Lich, and when you allow that to happen, you're actually losing the lane.
Yeah.
Newbee banning Alchemist and Earth Spirit. Legion Commander, we saw S4 in the previous match do absolute wonders, slaying Outworld Devour again and again and again.
These two bans are telling me that they definitely want to protect their mid puck. Banning out the Earth Spirit's one of the better heroes, especially for Baboka up against the puck with that instant silence, as well as the Alchemist is a pretty solid mid laner up against puck. You can just go PMS and tank and push the wave and farm all the creeps. Get super farmed.
It's interesting you bring up, because for so much of the start of this tournament we talked about, the early puck pick is a very flexible, tricksy one. And it would be interesting to see Newbee just picking pucks straight up.
Well, yeah, it's a high priority hero, and that's one of the strengths of it is that it is versatile, so you don't have to be worried about picking up in your first two picks. And the enemy team picks a bunch of heroes that are awesome versus puck. Maybe you shift him to the offlane and you give SCC another hero that he can dominate on.
His name's a rough one for casters, huh?
And here's again, we see this trend with opponent picks Lich and you pick Crystal middle, because Lich can't really move around so much.
Yeah, so you find that farm in the jungle, sort of, and you kind of negate the deny creeps by getting more farm on a support hero.
This is a great example of how the meta develops over TI, over this week while we're here.
Maiden looked like one of the worst heroes coming into TI, but now it's actually been picked a couple of games and actually made sense and working out well for the teams.
I'm certainly coming around to the idea of Crystal Maiden up against Lich, kind of taking back. I thought about maybe doing some junglers against Lich, but they might just be a little too slow.
They're okay as well, I think.
We got the classic.
Pressure.
I would love to see some junglers. I love watching Chen and Nench play.
Oh yeah. Here's Baboka Monkey King.
He's going to be super tanky running around with ice armor.
And is he going for the Battle Fury build?
Oh, most. Wait, no, they're trying to win this game. He's probably not going to do that. Ursa Warrior, strong laner up against Legion Commander.
The one thing about this matchup, though, is that I feel if this Legion Commander, if he does opt for boots earlier on, I think he can kind of sustain. And I'm also curious how it goes if there's a Lich in that lane. Yeah. If the Legion gets Frost Armor, it might not be as easy for this Ursa.
Also, still plenty of options. I'm sure SEC would definitely not mind taking this Ursa to the mid lane if IG decides to pick a melee mid laner.
Newbee kind of like a little bit of tower damage, I feel. What do you think they're gonna... They have their mid laner left. What?
They could still...
Oh, certainly lacking building damage.
Yeah.
That's always a concern when you have an Ursa.
Exactly. That's what it's...
Generally, you want like one of your supports to be a Jakiro or a Rasa that can help supplement your lack of building.
Are you quite sure that the puck is offering them, I guess?
I have no idea.
I guess so.
You anywhere. They have last pick, right?
Yeah, they need something to sort of tie together. Could be a Prophet. Can be tough against the Legion sometimes.
I mean, would you describe that Newbee's lineup currently just has a lot of power for picking off individual heroes?
Newbee's lineup, I think, they have a strong early mid game or strong early game after post laning stage. The Ursa is pretty strong in the lanes. Maiden kind of secures the lane for Puck, and then they want to run around and get a lot of kills.
Yes. When Ursa and Puck get their blink, that's going to be go time for Newbee. Incredibly strong mid game, I think, is where
they're going to try to get the Roche like early on and get the Aegis on Ursa and then try to take the game from there.
It's going to be really important for IG to win the laning phase. They invested a lot in this Lich pick with their first pick. It's important that they don't get too behind early, or else the mid game will be incredibly difficult.
Yeah, I feel like this Night Stalker's rotations, they're going to be very important in this early game. See if he can get kills. And if he doesn't, he will be
been playing very well this tournament. However, Baboka, if there's anybody to keep him in check, it's going to be him. Fourth pick Venomancer now for IG.
Yeah, how does he fit in with the rest of these?
More team fight, more vision, which is nice. Being able to plant those plague wards everywhere you go, behind you, to the side, in the trees. That's going to help you keep track of Night Stalker and everybody else when your vision is reduced. It's very easy to walk by the Roche pit and drop a plague ward in there, and you're totally aware of when Roshan spawns and whether or not Ursa's trying to sneak it.
It's also one of those heroes that's it's kind of annoying for Ursa to play against this Venomancer, because if you at any point if you get kind of slow galed, if you can't you kind of can't get out of that slow, when these plague wards, they might cancel your blink dagger.
Pretty annoying for Pucks.
Yeah,
being a super mobile hero, wanting to constantly blink
even for Night Stalker.
Last ban's coming up here. Newbee with the last pick, potentially banning something that they are worried might complete IG's lineup.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that Newbee really needs some sort of tower hitter, some sort of pressure, since all of these heroes are so good against other heroes, not as much against the objectives. What about Invictus Gaming? What's the real piece missing for them?
It's Burning's here, right? Unless it's a carry Venomancer.
Yeah, it could carry Venomancer.
I like Furion a whole lot for Newbee.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about as well. Up against the Lich.
We'll see if it gets banned. Probably likely.
DK could work as well for Newbee, maybe.
Anti-mage ban to ensure that Burning can't get on that AM.
The Burning AM. Let's see. They probably what do they need? Their team fight's pretty solid. There's not a ton of team fight coming out from Newbee, so they don't have to keep that in check. They're lacking a little building push as well. Venomancer will build right click and have some plague wards helping him out.
Legion eventually kind of scales a little bit into it.
But generally, I think he wants to stay in the back and protect his teammates from initiation, or find a duel for himself. Probably for Burning, maybe. I mean, what's good against Ursa? How do we feel about Sven?
Sven could work. Can be pretty fine, I think.
I mean, in looking at Invictus Gaming's lineup, it sounds like it's again a somewhat well-rounded.
Ember Spirit ban. And you said IG well-rounded. It's, you know, it's hard to say because lineups are so dependent on your opponent's lineup as well. It's really hard to say, okay, you know, having heroes that fit all these categories isn't always a good thing. You know, there are some games where you want to lean more towards having more vision, or you want to lean towards having more team fight, and that is totally dependent on what your opponents decide to pick for themselves. And here with the PL, they're picking up a hero with illusions, something Ursa struggles with, something Night Stalker struggles with. Crystal Maiden.
DK might be a hero for Newbee here.
DK. Yeah, let's see. Mid laner, most likely going to be Venomancer for IG.
They can do both, I guess, depending on what Newbee picks. So it's still quite open for IG. But I agree. I think the DK could be very good for Newbee, as well as the Prophet, depending on.
It's hard for IG to kill that DKS.
Yeah, they want building push and they want something to deal with illusions.
Yeah, DK does that quite well once he gets to level 12, and even the Breathe Fire, it's pretty strong. PL doesn't do that much in the early game before he gets Diffusal, and later on DK will have Splash to deal with it.
And you can follow up on either of these two silences from Puck or Night Stalker and land a good Dragon Tail onto PL.
And IG don't really have too much burst damage.
No, they really don't.
Yeah, it's actually very slow.
Very long, drawn-out fights from IG, as they're going to be kiting around this Ursa. But they have the tools to do so. Maybe might struggle.
Yes.
Oh,
Sniper.
Yes. Yes, this hero is great against Venomancer. You stay incredibly far away. You can shoot down the ward, and you don't have to worry about getting hit by that Poison Nova if you keep your distance.
Yeah, Sniper's only problem this game, I guess, is the Monkey King. But it is very nice. It's nice to play Sniper with Night Stalker. You can kind of position yourself in the backlines with all the vision.
Keep track of these fours and see what kind of presence they have on the early game. I would expect IG to win early, but Newbee will do their best to sustain.
You've heard us gushing about the Chinese Dota scene throughout the entire main event, and it's time for two all-star teams to duke it out in the winners semifinal to discover who will be the first winners finalist. TI7, it's Invictus Gaming versus Newbee.
Thank you very much, Day9, and indeed, this is going to be absolutely incredible. We've got these two teams here in the upper bracket. IG, Newbee, the picks are out. Newbee finishing with the SCCC Sniper. I mean, the panel seemed to like it. You saw
Peter was happy. Peter was
indeed.
super happy. He's been waiting for that hero for quite a while, it seems like. I'm pretty in agreement too. I like overall what Newbee's got. They've got a good vision hero to track the Monkey King. It's all about the case. If the sniper is able to survive in the laning phase, though, I think the Monkey King can actually punish very heavily with the Veno if he steps out of position a lot of the times. So we'll see how they're going to be able to make these two drafts work versus each other. IG's has good amount of team fight. Newbee's is lacking a little bit on that department. So as long as they pull out in the lanes, they get those early blinks on the Ursa, the Puck, they should be good versus what IG's got.
And we saw a few bans targeted towards Burning's hero. At the end of the day, 5th pick, he gets himself a Phantom Lancer. Again, looking towards them as well.
Yeah, they don't really have good ways for them. So of course, once the sniper starts to get online, it can be a problem for him. But the Ursa does not deal well versus illusions, just like the panel mentioned. So as we've usually been talking about, it's a lot on the force this game again. Kaka being able to match the movements of the Monkey King all over the place. And we'll see what Baboka is able to make happen. Is he going to snipe the courier? That's usually what I like seeing from the Monkey Kings with that mischief, being able to hide behind towers.
I mean, that really is the thing, as we heard. Peter, not a big fan of the Battlefield Monkey King, but we'll see how Baboka does want to rocket this game. And it's interesting to see this Monkey King here on the main stage, because he's definitely a hero that some teams, they absolutely love. So
Faith
we are
gets caught by the Gale. That's a first blood.
That is a first blood indeed. Who's going to be able to take it? We'll see which member of IG says it's his. Burning wants it. Burning, that's it. Burning with the first blood.
Good start. An unexpected smoke right away, 5-man smoke. So we have KP in the puck offlane, and he's been playing a ton of it. So it's really up to him too to set the pace for his team, because he is their big team fighter, as like we've been mentioning a lot for Newbee, and he's in the offlane. So as long as he doesn't get shut down, it's really important for Newbee. So Kaka gonna have to be moving between that mid and that bottom lane quite a lot, but that's the thing is too, he's playing versus like Lich and Legion Commander. They might even commit like a tri-lane top to pressure the Ursa. So Kaka's gonna have to distribute his movements very effectively.
On a KP down, he's going to try and see if he can get the rune. He's going to look for it, and he gets it. Nicely done there by KP as Newbee secure 3 of the 4 bounty runes. Sending a little bit of the financial damage done from giving up that first blood. We'll see, as you say, these matchups that we're going to have. KP on the bottom lane.
So they did get a D ward, right? Yeah, okay. So the Ursa killed the one ward that was blocking the camp, so they're gonna at least have the way to pull one of the camps back. But yeah, that one hard camp, as we see, is blocked by the sentry ward still. And being able to pull it will be more resources to get the lane away from where the Lich Legion Commander pull it back constantly. And yeah, as we expected, Kaka starts toward bottom, or toward mid to assist the sniper, and Baboka turns into a courier and just to start zoning out KP with that Bingo Mastery.
I mean, that's certainly going to be the thing, you know, talk about KP and this reliance on him to put up big plays in the team fights and look to get things going. For the most part of it's quite a safe game for the Puck, isn't it? There's not that much G until they get sort of this Blink Dagger on XXS, an extra few points of the Boundless Strike. KP is going to feel pretty free jumping around wherever he wants to in the frame.
Yeah, I mean, their actual only AoE/stun on the strike, and that's it. It's Chain Frost, mini stun, and then the duel, which is not really a stun, it's a disable, and it's only a single target.
In lane at the moment, as Triple C, 6 for 5 against 4 for 1, so coming out on top, especially in these denies, making sure he has the edge in this matchup.
They both have high kill potential on each other. If the Monkey King rotates in, or if the Night Stalker move in, a Void plus a couple signals can easily bring down the Veno. Same thing with if Baboka goes for the Tree Dance and is able to find a movement onto the Sniper, but Sniper should be able to keep the wave back decently. So it should be a pretty favorable matchup for SCCC in this mid lane. Baboka has to spend his resources on him since he doesn't want this puck to get a free start.
And that's certainly happened, you know, KP has only got himself the one to the moment, whereas Burning is like finding the farm that he wants at the moment. This puck not causing too many issues. Of course, once there's a few levels on KP, this magic burst will become a little more annoying for Burning to have to deal with this bottom lane.
Yeah, and they've got this that we're talking about. This Faith just sitting in the jungle, constantly doing that to match up versus the Lich, rather than the Ursa directly. He gets higher levels in the aura for his team. Kaka hicks it up now.
Yep, the Gale. SCCC tries to dodge it. It's going to still hold him back. He still has the Shrapnel going out, allowing Kaka to chase, look for OP. OP pops the Fairy Fire, trying to keep himself alive. In fact, Kaka is off getting the kill. At the same time, mid. Baboka's coming with the Rapid. He's got the bounce. That was close. That was close. He said he knew that poison was still on him, so OP does end up getting the kill himself. That was a close one. And that was absolutely needed, though, that rotation from Baboka. If they lost OP there already, the CS in the mid lane, as we've been saying, going very much in favor of SCCC. I mean, slight edge, getting those max denies and such, as we see him come back into it. So a crucial rotation there from the Monkey King.
Clutch Fairy Fire. If SCCC had a Fairy Fire there, he may have actually survived, too. So that's like a little bit of play of items that come out between the two. But as we mentioned, you know, those roam forests is the big ones to watch to where we're going to see the action happening. And now Baboka hits level 3, gets the Primal Spring up, able to start jumping around.
There's definitely potential on this top lane.
But they saw him. They did see him with the ward.
Out, but yeah.
So Mugi is aware of this movement coming out.
Only with the CM really to back him up. So, as you say, knows it's there. Will have to play very careful for the time being on that top lane.
This is great for now having a 1v1 match as a puck. Gonna rush the phase boots to just give the constant harassment, and has the aura, as we mentioned. So he'll get a lot freed up, which is, I think, in my opinion, very important for Newbee, because he's, like we said, their big team fight hero.
On top, Kaka makes the rotation. He's now tri-lane here on the safe lane of Newbee. Makes it a little easier for Mugi to feel more confident.
Got the first night time setting in, so let's see if Kaka's able to make some rotations work. Baboka's try to keep vision of him and follow those movements as well. Get wards out during that first night, very important to track out the Night Stalker's movements. OP playing on the right side.
So this
might be able to get chased down here. Kaka just throws one harassment.
Yeah, OP with this 2 points in the Gale makes it very hard for Newbee really to chase down there. If he gets the connection on either of Newbee's members, SCCC, it makes it very hard for them to dive him towards the tower.
That's the very important thing, and I'm glad you mentioned that. That's exactly what happened the last time. He clipped SCCC with the Gale and he wasn't able to close the gap for the kill. So
Kaka, level 3, still.
They're mirroring each other's movements identically.
Yeah, just following Baboka. Both heroes.
OP's Focused up now. We have the rotations coming in. The first shrapnel gets laid down.
Yeah, there's a CM on the way as well. OP will have reactions coming in form of TP back, but is there anything they could do same? They throw the
stun off the mark.
It's not going to connect on the Kaka or anyone.
Oh, and
They're going to lose him as well. Indeed, Faith's presence there with the Frostbite, setting up for a second kill for Kaka.
Shrapnel is very scary early on.
Yeah, 3 points in it.
21 denies on SCC too. That's
he's owning this bit now.
Extremely high, almost a full level advantage over the Venomancer. Other damage pressure too on the tower since that 5 minute cycle. The siege creep comes in with the Aquila armor bonus too. They can put a good amount of damage too. And OP TP's in, and Kaka's still in the area.
Yeah, they could dive this if they see a chance. Kaka ready to play around with it. OP, he's got a lot of trouble. This time, Hapaboka jumps forward with Primal Spring, turns towards Faith. OP will be fine. Faith almost certainly not so much. He has the Boundless Strike if he needs it, doesn't even require it. Vaboka will punish Faith this time round.
They really wanted to go, but SC trapped the charges yet. So that was a little bit of a over-ambitious play from coming out. Top lane though.
Kaka, they don't get the kill mid, but they immediately move up to the top lane and Newbee finds something else there instead.
First time already going to be a super success for Kaka. Phase Boots finished up. 3 kills already, all 3 involved for him. It's like the panel said, has really been stepping it up this tournament. His sinking performance has been impeccable, and now with this Night Stalker, he's proven to be very fearsome.
Still there's lane, burning. Only to deal with KP, has got pretty much free farm down on this safe lane. Top of the CS, he's hit the 6.
The Soul Ring versus Soul Ring action coming out from KP versus Burning. One of the most new popular items that's kind of been coming out.
Look at this
very early smoke coming out from Newbee.
Bringing in Mugi, level 5 on the other, so they already want to try and get him involved in the fights. They're looking to make Kaka ready to lead in, but Boka is there on the high ground. He's got the Boundless Strike onto the 3. He's going to jump forward, trying to hold them back, but he's almost certainly going to pay off his life as the Frostbite connects. But Boka's down. Faith will get taken down in response, but already IG, they've lost 2. Burning pain, but he has to doppelganger.
Continuing, KP makes the rotation over.
Oh, he's down as well. Double kill for Kaka. Newbee is taking full control of his middle lane.
That's perfect what KP just did there too. He mirrored the movement. He knows Burning, like as soon as he starts keeping, he's already making the move over.
It should be a free one. Unless Kaka can juke it out. He is going to by the look of it. Flaps himself across the trees. Kaka.
He puts the ward down so he gets the position of
and with the TP
is.
out, he's going to make it.
Good aggressive deep too.
Didn't have a clue which way he went. Did not know where to throw and strike towards.
Making these quick active moves all over the map is exactly what the panel was mentioning, They have these heroes, they have the CM aura, so they always have mana to make those moves, and the Night Stalker lets it happen naturally, and they're playing versus a Lich. So Lich, that hero just cannot make those type of movements until you have info. However, Q is 6, so he can't start TPing into those engagements if you dive under tower.
As we can see in terms of the net worth difference, despite these movements from Newbee and pressure on the mid lane, overall farming has not taken too much of a hit on the side of ID. KP on this one lane, Burning, and Baboka in the neighborhood. Baboka ready to pounce. And the orb now aggressively used. This is a good chance to go. KP.
Oh, he jumping past
there with the mind games, meaning that Baboka is nowhere near now to jump.
He's like,
he was pinging out.
KP was pinging behind himself and thought that someone was there, so very good happening there.
KP now does also have backup in the neighborhood, and Faith comes down to join him.
Mugi on full resort, finishes up an Iron Talon. Just that top lane is obnoxious, he can't farm well versus it. At least like this, he's off the map, he's not showing, and he gives his Knights to get those levels. I might as well give Kaka the levels at this point, he's been making all the right moves. And now they do see XXS, they're trying to make an aggressive move, but quickly.
Yeah, a little too speedy there with the phase boots. XXS out of danger. Halfway towards the Blink Dagger on this Legion.
We've got the daytime, so it's a little bit of a lull coming out from Newbee's aggression. They have Coil if they want to make a play around that one, but ganking Burning is a very tough issue. We'll probably see just TP reactions. TP hit. Now the pressure comes out, Q.
Yeah, trying to go, the two of them moving forward. There's XXS. He does have the duel if he can close the gap. Q has the Chain Frost if required. It's needed. One more blood allows XXS to close in, get the duel, get the damage, and get out of it.
4 in the middle, but they now have the Shrine at least to heal them all the way up. Seems Newbee accepted that. Like as soon as the chain, as soon as the blow happened from the Lich, I didn't see a single reaction coming up from anybody on the side of them. No one on the map even changed what they were doing whatsoever.
Yeah. Boca immediately up to top. This wave to certainly put him very close to having a level 6 on the Monkey King. And Burning still definitely the one to be the happiest in this laning phase. The net worth, a lot of farm down here. We've obviously seen KP here. We did see Faith come down for a bit of a look in.
Seeing another rotation out. DD on XXS.
Duels back off cooldown in a couple of seconds. This is time to go. SCC, no way he gets out of this. The flows are too much. IG claim another. A second duel succession for XXS in very, very quick time. A couple of minutes, a couple of duels. Damage building up already.
Very quick move. It was as it was coming up, so that was a 50-second move.
Yeah.
That Newbee just prepared for. It's still daytime. They're waiting for that next night to make their next aggressive move. So they do have smoke. They have the CM like positioned as well. Maybe now they want to try to go for it soon. They do have darkness online as well for the Night Stalker, and they are starting to back up and meeting with each other.
Yeah, very efficient plays indeed from IG, and pretty much as you said, as soon as they hit these level 6s, these ult timings, they start to group up and get that threat working against Newbee across the map.
So they're waiting about 30 more seconds for the night before they make a big move, but they're going to probably smoke up a little bit ahead of it. They do have darkness as well if the fight starts earlier. So they could try to make a move onto Burning here, and I think that's going to be their option with the Dream Coil.
He certainly is the big target that they want to try and take down.
He's a tough kill though, and it's really the greatest place. The lane's going to push out a bit though, so maybe that's where they look for the opportunity.
And potentially with the Crippling Fear and the Waning Rift, they have enough silence. They've got the root as well from Faith to control him, but it's all about getting that initiation. And Burning already hiding in the trees. Kaka coming across, looking for the flying vision. We'll get the first silence there. They got the control to bring it down with the ultimate. It's going to be very close, and yes, they have. KP comes in for the fear. A very clean dive from Newbee, and one that was absolutely required. Interesting to see no response whatsoever, though, from the rest of IG. Just let Burning go there.
Yeah, both teams, as soon as the aggression happens, they accept it. And they're like, oh, we don't want to go into a diving thing there. There's 3 heroes there. They only have 1 already positioned. They have to do 2 multiple TPs, which come in succession, so 1 by 1. So sometimes those feeds can happen.
We go Boca, eyes towards mid.
Both identically place wards down at the same time.
Kaka and SCC in his sights. Level 7 as well, so that's got that max Primal Spring slow and damage.
They're looking like they want to go on Burning again. They're positioned bottom. The tower's dropping very low. It's trying to get denied up here by Burning. One more hit.
Now that the tower is gone, they know that there's going to be no TP up, so immediately KP closes in.
But the
delay, and now Burning, he's got the... Oh, he's going for the mind games there! He's doing it! Oh my god, did he actually get it? Oh no! Burning there with the illusion micro and the standstill, hold your breath and hope for the best play.
And Baboka with the chat wheel.
I think he's just making it, he can pick up TP. Faith is still hunting for him. I mean, Burning though, he's full health.
He's alive.
He's doppelgangering across deeper into the side of Newbee. He's hanging around there, did not for TP, just round.
Comes out
and indeed, XXS comes in, won't get the bonus damage, but gets the kill. And Burning, he's going to be fine. At the moment, he's going back deeper and deeper along the tree line.
Space.
He's just making sure it's absolutely safe before he comes back out. But that's, to pull that sort of play off on the main stage, this sort of pressure, that just goes to show how used Burning is to sort of a high level play. Here at TI, he just keeps it cool. He pulls out sweet moves like that. But there's a lot of time that he's hiding in the trees. We'll see it again here. Immediately, as soon as he sees Mugi come in, doubles, heads up with the rest of the illusion and freezes, takes one away, and Newbee, they do spam ping upon him.
From across the map.
And already in the mid lane, Boca ready to go. Lays down the Wukong's command. Balance Strikers once again, not quite enough to hold him in the ult. Now turn around from SCC, looking for the ultimate. They do the Dream Coil onto Baboka. KP should be able to burst him down, and he does. Baboka's gone.
So both laners now have Blink Daggers. KP picked one up a little bit afterwards, after XXS. XXS is so massive right now so far in this game. 6,000 that we're top of the board. We've been seeing this a lot from him, Legion Commander. He's been having incredibly good performances. Of course, steady lit, but he's still been having very good games on the hero regardless. The Hood being picked up by OP to deal with the majority of magic damage that Newbee does have for now. Sniper and the Ursa are the big physical
Look at this smoke straight away. XXS comes in with the thing. I think bring him down during the ult. Newbee close. They get the kill. Again, no bonus damage here for success, but they don't care. They get that sniper out of the game. Triple C's gone. They'll put some pressure on the mid one.
Should be able to claim this pretty easily too. Mugi's still trying to catch up on the Ursa, still being shut down. And with S-Triple-C now being shut down, it's going to be a lot on KP and Kaka to make those moves. Make that room, there's not make the room for to get online. Once the blink comes down on the Ursa, they can start making more aggressive plays and actually TP reacting to those movements. But thus, so far, leading about 1,000 gold lead, about 1,500 experience, so not an immense amount, but it's definitely there.
Midas pick up as well now. Ready to go on OP. So maintaining that lead, as you say, that already. I mean, in terms of straight farming, unlikely Newbee are able to close this gap. They have to look for these fights. They have to get Mugi. As you say, they're still waiting for those very much core items, the blink and such, before they try for those fades. But definitely this sort of pace is favoring RG's lineup. Burning on that PL, the more space that he gets, the happier he is.
Yeah.
Visual Blade pretty much done. Now he himself as well can turn around in these fights and become a threat.
Already a Blade Mail on XXS too. Majority of the arrows he gets isolated will get brought down quickly by that Blade Mail. Can definitely go for some solo kills. They're spotting Kaka. But still, Newbee trying to recover. Waiting for that blink on the Ursa. That's their go time to try to make plays. Because they've got the blink on the puck, but he's force lanes out as best as possible in team time still. But now it's daytime, and they do not have darkness. About 3 minutes for the night.
Up top, XS and Baboka ready to go. They will come immediately with the dual prime. Bring him down low. Can they finish it off? It's going to be Gaga. Wants to buy five.
Oh, Fate's ulti.
Massive. The boundless strike as well. They get him down, but the damage from Moog is too much. Turns up their Faith as well. Getting off the ultimate, surviving on this Crystal Maiden.
They knew that play was coming too. That was perfect by Faith. Look at the damage from the CM there. 1,624 from that freezing field.
And they, as you say, they were absolutely ready because they saw with Dire Observer Ward by the large capital side, they saw XXS farming, they saw him move across, they knew that that play was going to happen. And they're more than happy losing the Night Stalker for that trade.
You know, we did talk about table on the side of IG. This freezing field can actually have a huge participation in a lot of its engagements because it's only really the Boundless Strike and the Chain Thrust that can really stop it. You don't really want your Legion Commander dueling a Crystal Maiden in a lot of situations unless he can get the early pick off before it happens. KP going back for the minus, so they're trying to play that economy game. Since they do know they're playing versus a PL, they want to be able to stay ahead and mean the puck. Getting that level 25 fast is always a dream. Mugi, quick Roche up with that dagger.
No chance of IG can. Mugi sees the opening, takes advantage of it. Now IG though still trying to make something happen here with the smoke up. The jump that looks at they're diving at tower. Sith's response is coming in, burning that will manage to seal the deal there. Dream Coil drop down onto the on the side of it, but both jumping forward. Look where S-Triple-C back up in the tree line. IG, can they still fire it? Chain Frost is out, but it does not connect it with any bounces. Mugi getting down low, but of course has got the Aegis in range, not available for 15 seconds, so they bring the Aegis out of his hands immediately.
S-Triple-C has no shrapnel charges.
Can they actually turn the Ferrari to focus fire? Is not enough. There comes the ultimate on the from getting out of the earn back up. Looks like they should lose the Venom. He's getting blocked up by the Crystal down. So that will be OP out, but does end up picking down to the poison that OP managed to lay out. And all, I mean, that was Newbee's fight where they had the Aegis, and IG easily take it out of their hands and get a couple of kills on top of it as well.
With S-Triple-C, he got like zoned out on the left side of the fight because I was following the puck on the right. He got a 3-man coil. So.
But Boca, that whole fight, just primal sprung straight on the side.
Okay,
made sure that S-Triple-C couldn't stand his ground on the high ground. Yeah.
That's the one thing that we say. The Monkey King versus the Sniper matchup, he can always just find that Sniper and get right on top of him, which can cause quite an issue because the Sniper are the damage inside of that coil still, other than the puck's force damage. But going for a Desolator build, it seems like this.
All in all, still incredibly close. Coming up to the 20-minute mark. Those Midas is certainly going to go to work for both sides, as you say, with KP having his own as well. Kaka actually on the hunt is on his own. Does drop a deep walk down here for the side of Newbee.
They're stalking each other. Kaka has the vision, so by a tiny bit here. Maboka does not know this is happening. Just having some experience now.
Very hard, really, for Kaka to do anything on his, even with Medallion.
He doesn't want to get his ward killed. Like if he goes and makes an aggressive play there, like take the centaur or something, that ward gets killed, and then that's not worth it whatsoever. Having ward vision is much more valuable than making a little cheeky pressure play. We do see Kaka change the build up yet. Solar Crest, oh, bottom, tries to make the Mayhem Maboka, but he's too fast.
Charges his way out of that. Indeed, Mugi quite got enough on his own to hold him down. Kaka still in the neighborhood though.
So the Aghanims this game, so the vision is very important in this one to find where the King's hiding and also find the real can be extremely useful. So instead of going slower, he's rushing up that Aghanim on Stalker. And Newbee's now just chilling back, farming. They feel pretty content with what's going on, just wait for IG to step up. The game is good for Newbee.
Maelstrom now complete on S-Triple-C, so stepping up the answers for this burning illusion army on the Phantom Lancer. How's that with the Dragon? As we can see, you know, again, this is one of those games, burning, in fact, as this is all out, slightly behind the other cores on the field now. And Midas enough to set OP ahead of the Cinemaster, and just the speed that the KP's farming up as well with his own second highlights. I mean, this is an incredibly rich puck. He's going to be on his way to the Lincoln Sphere. Just 21 minutes into this game. Yeah, top of the phase and the blink.
Yeah, top 2 net worth. They're distributing their resources a little. Like Newbee is distributing mostly on 3 heroes. Night Stalker's farming a little bit, but mostly running around just collecting bounty runes. While we see IG, they have a lot more heroes just straight up farming. Maboka's farming, OP's farming, XSS is farming, and Burning's farming. So it is limiting a little bit of how they can all have their work spread out. Maboka now playing a little bit more, running around and getting vision though for the time being. And just hopping the trees.
Trying to get at least that first mid-roll hammer in hand before he goes for anything too crazy. He's very close to the 1600. Once he has that Deso, the Wukong's command in the team fight becomes pretty scary for Newbee. Yeah. If they get caught a middle. I mean, that Deso on Maboka and then the damage from this Diffusal Blade PL certainly adds up.
Yeah, if they can get on top of the sniper, he has no save mechanic just yet. He's building up for Hurricane Pike, which is extremely needed for him to get away from both those heroes. But the other heroes not as susceptible to that Monkey King Wukong command, being high, naturally high armor, the Ursa and the Night Stalker. Puck able to, of course, just jump away.
Again, a lot of calm between both sides here at the stage. As we've mentioned, a lot of them very close to these bigger items. Mugi just finishing off the Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, even during like during the nighttime and everything, they're just like, whatever, we're just gonna farm. We're gonna get our Aghanims on our Night Stalker. We're gonna get like the other couple items picked up on our other hero, and then just play from there. The important one though is definitely the Agh's Night Stalker for Newbee, because a lot of these engagements, it's all about who gets the vision. We talk about it so much in Dota. We do it for a reason. It's what dictates who's gonna win majority of those fights.
Noticing towards bottom, a bit of smoke movement now from Newbee, looking to break the calm. They get a jump with the Diffusal Blade there. They've got a huge amount of catch. Boka in the neighborhood at the moment. The smoke will be dispelled. They know he's in the neighborhood. Can he play his way out of this? Primal springs out, and now on the edge, jumps out of the Dream Coil. Now goes forward again. They had the focus fire point, but Boka, I think he's going to get out again with these jumps.
Oh, tree cut.
Finally, they're getting cut him down, but now the reaction comes through from IG. The Chain Frost is out, but KP with the blink will get out there. It looks like Newbee will be able to successfully disengage and get that kill as well, despite Maboka making them chasing probably deep for it.
It almost got scared. He almost got to a point distance where they were get turned around, but KP with that quick blink out, him being the one who made the first commitment on the puck, since he knows there's a save mechanic for himself.
Little plays like that certainly do start to edge your side ahead.
Yeah, they're starting to pull a decent amount ahead. It's only 2K, but it's the heroes that do have the net worth and 3 most important ones. The CM will naturally get items through the team fights and stuff. She doesn't need to farm too crazy. She'll get a couple creeps, but she's mostly just the warder.
Now it's IG's turn to make something happen. Smoke up. Detected as well. No deep wards at the moment from Newbee over at IG side.
As soon as it hits daytime, so trying to make that aggressive play onto Mugi.
There's Mugi. Ooh, the blink!
That's a little bit of a fortunate scenario right there.
After that felt like it was at the same frame.
I don't think he got vision for a quick second.
I
do have the
the
ward
smoke
there,
quite
but
when he came forward.
no, I don't think so. It was very close.
Very close.
It looked like it was like, oh, I finished the creep and I'm blinking out to be
I mean, either way, lightning reactions there from Mugi.
full Lincolns now, finished up on KP. Very hard to get brought down. They actually don't really have just the duel. They have a lance to kind of break.
Oh, we'll see it again.
So we're going to see the lance. Does he get
I don't think the smoke. Oh, it did.
Oh, he does get it.
It did.
Okay.
He was ready. He was out of there. Mugi knew. Let it come. Played it cool.
Ooh.
I mean, IG obviously in turn should now know that that area does have vision.
So Burning now going for that heart, it looks like. They don't really have great ways of dealing with illusions. He's just trying to buff them up as much as possible.
This'll come in handy.
But that doesn't accelerate his farm too much faster. It's just Fuse Blade to make him farm. So he will definitely start getting slower, lower, behind more and more than the Sniper. The Sniper's got Maelstrom to push waves out faster. Aghanims is now finished up on Night Stalker already. They will be able to take fights on their own accord.
I mean, as you've been saying, definitely out of all the items, that seems to be the biggest one at this stage. To have it pre 30 minutes and against this little lineup that IG are playing.
IG's trying to like avoid fights and take these fights whenever Newbee messes up and maybe misses an ultimate. But now with that Night Stalker Aghanims, it makes it a lot easier for Newbee to pick and choose their fights. EKB finished up now on XXS, so he's going to at least have that beeline into the backline all times, not have to worry about the Dream Coil or any of the follow-up spells. Smoke now is out. As soon as that Axe is finished up, we've got 45 seconds till nighttime, but he does have Darkness available if the fight does happen.
And then now they can play with this huge vision advantage.
Pick up a GM by chance? No, not yet, okay. But they did see that one ward that was placed right there, because they saw with the sentry while they were smoking past.
Already. IG out of there, but both Chris File TP's out for the tree line, so Newbee unsuccessful with the darkness usage.
So now finished up for Baboka too. As the Foreman Shield finishes it up, the damage is pretty strong in team fights now if he's able to get the Wukongs off in a good
yeah.
Still susceptible to magic damage.
Yes.
Very susceptible.
And then certainly a fair bit of that.
Yeah.
Side of Newbee, especially with that, that Maelstrom coming into play as well from SCCC. I'm going to see Kaka fairly deep, just get a ward down. It's going to be TP in fact, from Burning. Don't think he quite caught vision there, the Night Stalker, just out of range into the cover of the night around the trees.
Yep. Just porting up to finish up that heart. Almost 3,000 health up on the PL, but pretty immobile. Doesn't have a Yasha, doesn't have gritted boots, so 335 movement speed on that Phantom Lancer to make moves around the map. Going for probably boots of travel next.
And everyone's certainly getting their big items, so when we do see them clash, they certainly are going to clash incredibly heavily.
This is going to be a real, that fight that does happen is going to be massive. It's been quite a low period for us.
Baboka will get caught. Packer and KP have eyes upon him. He's going to try and turn have the jewel. Baboka finally goes down, but XXS will secure the jewel in return as they take down Kaka. More damage for the Legion. Just the supports being traded off here between both sides.
Probably see the big clash happen around the Roche, right? Yeah, they're already making their move to start it.
I mean, without the Night Stalker and his vision, this of course going to be a nice window of opportunity for IG to head into that pit and go for it. AP will be spotted out on the high ground by that newly placed ward by Q.
IG doesn't take it super fast, but they're trying to commit for it pretty hard here. Newbee is responding. Shrapnel start coming out, very obnoxious.
It makes it hard. This is, as you said, this is not easy for IG to just walk in and take, to the point where they may even just have to back off. Baboka's back in, but 5 seconds. Kaka's going to be back with the Night Stalker. Mugi's down
bottom, yeah.
He's looking for it. Poundless strike into the prime spring, looking for the chase down, post the ultimate, ready to fight Mugi. Mugi just goes in rage. The team out, talked about the disable. We're seeing it here. Straight out to safety.
Super, that's a perfect decision to do that there, rather than trying to man fight.
Definitely something that's going to become an issue. point where I wonder if we start seeing any of IG's members maybe pick up a Yule Scepter, just something else to have that interrupt.
Yeah.
Like we could start seeing this happen over and over again at this stage with lack of lockdown.
Doesn't look like any of them are. I don't really know who would build it. I'm trying to think. It's like, you don't want Bulk, of course. You don't want OP. You want him to get bigger scaling items. I guess the Lich bench, but that one also is kind of moot. Cause, like we said, very mobile hero. Can't really get to those type of situations a lot of the time.
As we'll see, IG won't necessarily be able to take Roshan, but with the big ward in, they themselves can make it very hard for Newbee to step in. Even though Newbee do have a lot better potential of bringing it down. SCCC very close to having the full-out Miona if he wishes.
Kaka's in very... does keep a both there.
Does also have the backup of Mookie. They're going to jump in straight away, cut down the tree, and Baboka's gone. 2 TPs coming in. We'll see what they can do with one jump forward. They get the duel. OP and XXS going in and catching out Moogie. This time, no TP out for the big old bear. The trade will occur. IG again.
Burning was trying to catch Kaka there.
With the preferred trade. Getting Moogie down. And this is, especially in this game where things have slowed down, Moogie can't let those sort of kills, a bit of a bait, get the better of him. He can't afford to dive these towers. And IG are going to be more than ready to...
But that is the thing, though. They aren't just forcing, just reacting. IG's not making any of the aggressive plays because of their lanes. They're having trouble keeping these lanes pushed out properly versus the side of Newbee. The puck just instantly kills 2 waves. Sniper kills waves super fast now at this with the Maelstrom. And for IG, it's no one who really just instantly nukes a wave down. It's the computer who has overwhelming odds, which is okay. It'll take a couple seconds to bring it down. Same thing with the Venomancers. Nobody's just constantly shoving lanes into them, and with that, they get more information off of the map from.
I mean, this, KP is going to be incredibly off the charts. I mean, he's already at the top spot.
Level 21
the levels
too.
As well. This is going to be a very, very quick level 25 at this pace.
But look, he's level 21 on the puck in comparison to a Venomancer who's level 21 with the Midas, who gets 30% experience gain talent.
And then everyone else is level 18 on that.
Yeah, that's super significant. I mean, he's farming 262 DX on the puck. I'd imagine to be one of the highest. I haven't checked in a second. Yeah, top 2.
Look at this though, IG back into the pit. They've got the double damage on XXS this time, helping them speed it up.
And they've got Darkness for Kaka to get the vision in there.
Here we go, ready to contest there. The Shrapnel up, but already it's falling down low. They've got to make a move quick, but the Dream Cop, but it's already picked up. Burning will grab the Aegis. Poison Nova comes out, it's massive, but Moogie with a KB, and he's turning towards OP. The Chain Front bouncing around, the Priest out for Burning, gets the cheese off, keeps himself alive, turns towards SCCC, but IG, they have lost 3. They will finally lose a second on the side of Newbee, but it looks like they may be able to bring down Burning.
It's Burning versus the world here.
He's got the Aegis. As we say, he's already eaten the cheese. Kaka now out of mana. The illusion's going to work. Down upon him, Moogie very, very low. Doppelganger there, jump back up the high ground. KP looking to close the gap. Burst Burning now once. Can they kill him that a second time? Doesn't look like they can. They're out of mana, so they will back up. But indeed, the whole of IG being brought down around Burning. Aegis out of his hands as well. So Newbee, they get the Aegis or the Roche, but they have an incredibly successful fight there.
Yeah, KP gets the beautiful Dream Coil. Gets 3 heroes there. SCCC just standing in the back lines, dominating them until Burning gets that cheats off and is able to isolate him in the corner.
We'll see it again here. This immediate panic as soon as KP jumped in. As IG, they lose the Lich. He does get the Chain Frost out, which allows them to get Faith. But again, Moogie with the KB, with the Enrage, meaning this duel from XXS just does not result in the way that he would have hoped.
And the really important thing is, too, is the Kaka followed up in that fight again. It goes straight and beelines for Baboka right after the Dream Coil come out, and Baboka dies without getting any spells off. So that's the big game changer there. Baboka gets a Boundless Strike off, or is able to close the distance onto the Sniper, gets a Wukong command out, we could see a completely different engagement happening. But again, Kaka and KP stepping it up in the engagement.
They really are. How's the levels on the puck looking after that one? It's got
23.
A bit of a bump up indeed. Yeah, 23 now.
Almost
KP.
About to have a full Shiva. That's going to be incredibly useful versus the PL and versus the Legion Commander. And for the
Newbee now starting to create this lead. 5k gold ahead of the side of IG. It is making a sure steady trail off away from IG's line. Newbee taking the lead in this game. Burning on top of the heart. He's got 2.1k gold. We'll see where he just wants to head next with his build. But the farm game and the pace of it was certainly seeming to be favoring that of Newbee. We'll see what IG's move is going to be next to try and slow things down. They will not have that agent or cheese, of course, to rely on. I mean, we may see another sort of static, position of the game now until Roshan is back up.
They get a couple of those big items picked up, right? With the Tucker's going for BK relatively close to it. I think Newbee's a little bit more relaxed on making the plays. And just saw Gem picked up, I'm pretty sure, by Newbee. Yeah, so they're going to be able to put that one on the Nightstalker, clear out all the vision on the side of IG. It's always the nice thing. You're playing a 5 support, like a CM. When you have a Nightstalker in your team, it's a dream to buy.
Yeah, it's going to be in very safe hands, and indeed just give you so much map control.
So, cool build by Burn. This is a really good choice in my opinion, getting that Blink Dagger. Like we said, the most important thing for him to do is isolate the sniper. Get on top of him. What allows you to do that? It's a Blink Dagger. So this sniper still definitely suffers versus those illusions a bit, but now actually finishes up on there, so that will help a lot versus burning from his SCCC. And also gets level 20. This is something that maybe isn't so significant, but that 8 armor can actually really help the sniper with that collapse from the Monkey King and from the Phantom Lancer. So a cool choice coming up from SCCC.
A hunt here for Kaka here, sidelines. He's going to go for the TP. They do have the duel available. In fact, they'll throw the chain from that as well. Make sure there's no chance for the TP away.
Thankfully, he didn't have the gem on him. I believe it was still on the courier. And KP in that bottom tower and surge himself further and further into that top net spot. Now going to build toward those since he takes the spell amplification talent.
And of course, it's a great game as well to give moon shards to the rest of his cores.
Yeah.
CCC and Sniper, Ursa, 2 here is greatly benefit from that attack speed.
And they have Nightstalker with the darkness. That night vision will, I mean, it won't be massive, but it can play a little bit of a part.
Shiva's got now finished upon OP on the Venomancer.
Very
KP making a bit of a jump in, burning quick with the Doppelganger to not leave it vulnerable. IG now for the counter play, actually coming in from the mid lane with the smoke.
Yeah, like we kind of thought, IG is going to be one trying to make the play first. They also have vision right now on the map, so they want to take advantage while that's there. They see Faith in the back.
They may want something bigger than just the CM. And the Newbee make the jump back. Drop the scan in the tree line, but IG doesn't look like they'll find anyone straight away. KP, the only one left down here, as IG will start to sweep a little higher up onto the high ground of Newbee. They get towards the shrine, but
that map awareness of Newbee.
Newbee are absolutely aware of this. Not letting themselves get caught out at all.
Lanes
the smoke wears off, IG find nothing.
Yeah, lanes are starting to push in a bit, so aware of this going on. And now the TPs start coming out. This is where they want to play. They have the better heroes to react versus IG's aggression.
Newbee are more than happy to fight. If IG want to bring, it looks like IG, indeed, if they don't get the surprise jump, they don't just want to walk up and try and get a 5v5. Newbee out immediately, see if they can get anyone on the retreat. But already IG very, very far back. Both Baboka and Q a little close, but KP and Kaka will head elsewhere. So IG, but seeing a lot of respect from IG for the team fight potential of Newbee. They know that they can only really get away with a 5v5 if they can get in, if they can take at least one of Newbee's members down at the start.
Yeah, it's just really hard. Just the way that Newbee keeps forcing the lanes out constantly. With Kaka just running around with that gem, now looking for all those wards. It's going to start taking out the little vision that IG does have. And during all this too, it's, we talked about XXS having an incredibly good Legion game, having incredibly good games in the recent past that he's been playing it. But this game, with the pace of the game being slowed down so much, he's not a hero that really farms super fast. Sure, he farms neutrals well, but there's not enough farm for them on the map. So he is falling further and further behind, and Nightstalker is catching up to him. Full BKB finished up on Kaka, so he also can do the same thing that we were talking about with the BKB on the LC. He can just peel out that back line, find those supports.
Burning on top of the blink. Let's go the Yasha looking towards the butterfly. BKB now turn for SCCC. So, I mean, we talked about it before, Burning wanting to look to jump on this side from the back lines now. It's not guaranteed kill at all. SCCC can certainly outlive it, and he can certainly fight back with the damage putting out with that Mjolnir.
Every little thing is up, right? Mjolnir shield, the BKB magic community to not do the mana burn, and then her like plus the 8 armor talent. Every little thing starts to add up versus that Phantom Lancer.
All in all, now an 8k gold lead. It really does seem that overall, this farm time favoring that of Newbee.
40-minute mark hits. We've got double runes now starting to spawn. So map control becoming increasingly more important as the game goes on.
And KP just casually sitting with 4.2k gold in the bank and start to work towards that dagger and scaling it vicious.
Almost level 25 too. Very close. Any tomes? Where's the tome? He buys.
Nice buy.
There you go.
There we go.
So it's gonna have the level 25 for that G to start making him rich.
That's 25, but 40 minutes at the top of the network. Absolutely ridiculous. KP. I mean, we said at the start we felt that he would have a pretty free game, and he's shown us that that's exactly been the case.
Well, yeah, we were saying he will and he has to, because it's super important to have a good game, and he's absolutely doing that. And more.
0-9. Not missing any chance to keep a farm going. Very little time wasted from him as well around the map, even when they've looked for these movements in the early stages.
Yep. Newbee just very content with chilling back, waiting for that next rush. Like you said, we're probably going to have that lull period, that next Roshan spawns. But
how
now,
long are we looking at on the Roshan timer? Close, wasn't it?
Yeah, minute and a half or so.
Minute and a half. Okay, so this could be pretty impactful if Newbee can find a big team right here to keep the edge. They're smoking up.
Newbee's trying to claim the high ground here. Be able to. XXS is also trying to Shadow Blade in and find an opportunity.
Neither scan going to connect, so
Newbee doing a really good wrap around here.
this
They're
could be a
seeing
perfect
heroes
setup
too.
for KP. We'll see how he finds the jump in. Oh, there's the Shiva's Guard immediately on Topi. The silence is there. That's the Venom on. The Mansa out of the fight. BKB and edge popped by Moogie. He'll move for Boka, but tries to get off the Wukong's command, but bashed up. And that's the second gone. There's going to be a buyback from OP trying to get us back in the fight. They take down the sniper. Moogie now Valiant Raid for the team out. He will make it as they have no cancel. But indeed, that's a triple C now. Faith as well to fall. They did have to buy back on OP. So this crucial moment around that Roche respawning, triple C will be back around the same time that Roshan's there.
Yeah, it's 35 seconds for Roche, and he's going to be a little bit longer than it, but 30 seconds is going to be able to spot it out right away. They're trying to get their siege, though. They're trying to force something while the Venom answer their buyback.
But look at bottom lane. Newbee straight away, a bit of a split push. It's just a puck and a Night Stalker, not quite the same amount of punch that IG have. It's enough to force out a fortification, in fact, force out a reaction, but goes back, onto Kaka with the BKB TP out, will make it. Hold to keep him back.
That's perfect, though, by Newbee. It's exactly what they wanted to do. Threaten, helps to force a reaction so Sniper has time to respawn, and now they'll be able to contest the Roche when it is up. And the Night Stalker does have decent damage. He went for the damage talent as well, so being able, when those pushing occasions do happen, he can do some stuff.
We'll see it again at the start. I mean, perfect way to begin, really, taking out the before he gets out a single spell.
But look at XXS here. Get silenced up, we're going to keep eyes on him. We see Baboka getting killed over there, but instantly blink. 5S Triple C isolates him, and bam, he's killed pretty much by himself.
Such a big kill to get as well. Bringing down that sniper. And again, we're seeing that he's picked out in the middle of the team fights. It's going to show how Newbee can still get away with those sort of escapes. Now,
Kaka breaks it. Smoke. Boundless Strike off the mark.
And the Kaka's just going to clap his way out of there. They need that Boundless Strike to connect.
And they both know Roche is up now.
Just going to make the first jump.
Abyss will be picked up
as well.
And a DD.
All out taped it. Moogie nearly level 20 well on Burster.
We've got Burning actually went for the Basher. I think he was going for the Butterfly initially, so switched up the build a bit. And going for the Manta as well.
Definitely required.
So he can
into this, but hey, got vision on. Right away with the silence now. Extra Moogie jumps forward, but the BKB comes out.
Burning
gets out of there. From Burning and
Burning gets back.
Moogie just destroys him. Burning. In a couple of seconds, KP already jumping in on the back lines. IG's trying to run out of there, but Newbee with the cheese out. Moogie has the diffuser blade, takes down. It's going to be them on the deck. IG are forced back, and indeed that
should be the Roche here.
Forward from Burning.
It's really hard to contest this Roche. I mean, they have an Ursa.
There's no way, unless they want to commit the buybacks.
I don't think there's any way. Ursa now about to be having the Abyssal finished up on top of this Aegis cheese now too. All the level 25 starting to hit the deck too for Newbee. They have Ursa and the Puck, almost a sniper too.
12k gold lead. IG suffering in these last few engagements.
And now double gem too. So losing your gem is gonna map control even more, as it's been majority Newbee favored a lot of this game.
It's going to come down to how good the high ground defense is here from IG. I mean, their ultimates are available. They have potential. But at the same time, I mean, the Newbee's playing, they can just definitely have sort of either Mugi, Kaka, or KP just close the gap onto some of IG's heroes right in their faces.
We've got the 3x Plague Wards right now, defending that high ground. It's pretty hard to push, but 45-minute wave. This is the double catapult that we see a lot of teams take advantage of.
XXS is going for this here, but the Enrager's already out. Bears can easily take that legion in the fight. S-Triple-C as well, peeping in for the sidelines. XXS is gone, but with the BKB, the Wukong's come out, turns around the battle, is trying getting himself up the high ground. He's doing a lot of work against but now forcing Newbee back. Goes for the freezing field, but he gets taken down by OP. IG, can they get any more? Chain cross, out to S-Triple-C, bounding around. Mugi pops the cheese, back up to full health. Triple-C turning, burning, moving forward with the large double gap. On Triple-C, look at the sniper, can't quite get it, he can. S-Triple-C's down one, and the agent's ready for round 2, but the rest of IG being picked up on the back line. OP, turning forward, looking for Bernie, has one doppelganger up to the high ground, ice armor upon him as well. OP looks on the back, oh, the assassinate from S-Triple-C, snipes down Burning. Burning will buy back, but even after this long, drawn out fight, Newbee still keeping the edge above IG. Buyback as well from Q. Burning jump forward, trying to make something happen again.
Get silenced though.
The back is on! Burning down for 110 seconds.
The silence from Kaka there, attacking his vision, allowing him to be able to get that right away onto the no Manta style, unable to remove it. And that should just be the game without
That
Burning.
is a lot of time without the PA. Can IG really do anything without Burning? Dream calls out onto 2. Newbee moving in deep. They go straight in onto OP. He's gone as well. 2 minutes down in the Venom. Q trying to make his way back to base. Will survive. Newbee will to make sure they do get the objectives. There is still a tier 2 up on the top lane, but with both of the cores down, they could try and go for the game if they wish. We'll see how safe they want to play it. The Monkey King is back up. XXS. Invis at the moment, looking for the jump with the BKB, goes straight in, he gets the win again! The Enrage is there! Jay Frost comes out though, it's going to do a lot from Q, bouncing around with the Dagon, comes out from KP, Mocha with a Merlin strike, the Wukong's command, takes that one, gets Fate as well, holding somehow, KP though, burst out Q on the lynch, it's only Bavoka left! Mugi jump back in onto Bavoka, GC is pulled, Newbee take game 1!
Damn well played by Newbee in this game. But did have a lot of control going for them a lot of the ways just because of KP and Kaka. Again, these two players have been owning at this tournament.
I mean, he pretty much topped the network that whole game, and that last fight there, we saw just every time